The Madman! Welcome back to some Griftlands. Today, we're journeying with Sal on another Sal Brawl. Prestige level 2, opponents have improved arguments. Go! So we get some freebie cards to start. I'm going to start off by just simply taking a good card. Maybe we'll do like some sort of super wombo combo playing a bunch of cards in a single turn deck. And it's uncommon, so you see that card less often. I think uncommon cards tend to be a little bit better. This card costs 0. Fits the discard synergy really well. Okay, we're gonna actually work towards building a discard synergy deck. This card destroys an argument, gain 1. Let's see, we actually have an uncommon card here. I love uncommons. Improvise a 0-cost card from your discard pile. So this requires that I actually have a 0-cost. Spend 1 chosen card in your hand, apply 5 composure. I'm like picking all the rarer cards. The rarer cards tend to be cooler. A negotiation graft. What do we begin with? All cards cost 1. At the start of each turn, draw cards until your hand is full. That one's insane. While you have no arguments, all your cards deal double damage. Double damage cards are pretty sweet, so maybe we're going to try to build a deck based around not having any arguments. Sure, we can do that. And then double damage everything. That's pretty sweet. Battle Graft. Despair Cables. Whenever you fully defend an attack, increase the attacker's panic by 2. So that's like dealing 2 damage almost. Use Collider. All cards have a random cost between 0 and 2 and change cost when played or at the end of your turn. Annihilation Cage. At the end of every turn, choose any number of cards in your hand to keep instead of discarding. Do I have any particular reason to keep cards in my hand? Not really. I think we'll go for a defensive. This is just a minor benefit. We'll increase people's panic. Maybe I'll go build a panic deck. Who knows? Go! Convince! So our cards right now do double damage, which is quite a lot of damage. And I'm gonna want to get rid of Sal's Instincts because I will not want to actually have, whatchamacallits? Commands, whatever it is. Arguments rather. Pow, pow. I have lethal, but whenever you play a card, you gain a little bit of experience with it. I was like, oh, let's gain a little bit of experience. This card loses 1 damage each time you end your turn. Duplicate one of your arguments at random, so that's never going to happen. This card's pretty good. This card loses 1 damage each time you end your turn. Yeah, let's see, 10 shills instead. Okay, I think we're going to get this Admiralty Goon early on. Goons give me money over time. Now that's what I call value. So we'll share a drink. And then we'll get piece of the pie, which means for 160, I gain 75 shills every morning. So that pays for itself in 2 days. And then on the 3rd day, I start getting benefits. Maybe he doesn't dislike me if I attack for some reason? Maybe. Okay, I gotta actually take a note that this improvised card is a little bit better for playing multiple cards. In a little order. Gain 10 defense. Play this card to return defensive surge to your hand. Okay, let's destroy this. Stabby stab. We'll let him go. Apply 2 bleed whenever you hit a target with an attack for the rest of the turn. So that's really good in a deck where I plan to play multiple cards a turn. We'll do Sharpen. Oh, cool. And that actually didn't hurt the relationship at all. Whereas negotiation would have hurt relations. Okay, we can either remove a negotiation card or get 2 items, which I'll probably save until the end of the game. A little early to save until the end of the game. So let's get rid of negotiations. We can get rid of some of the worst cards, which I guess the worst cards, because I do not want to gain influence or dominance, we'll get rid of Sal's Instincts. Goodbye, Instincts. Potential enemy. Cobblebot driver will fight if I don't scare him. And then we have a Count. Rebel Cole will fight. Or rather, we have a potential enemy, Cole. Oh, guess we're all out attacking then. Zero to 8. Get him. 8. Time to do a little backpedaling. Time to fast talk you to death. Whoops, order. Okay, so I do not want to gain influence. Attack a random enemy argument once for each enemy argument. That's pretty good. Stabby stabs down. Playing this amount of cards will allow me to gain 6 defense. Applying a stun for 3. It's fairly good. Doesn't really fit my play a bunch of cards a turn. This does. That lets me put 2 Blade Flash into the deck. Blade Flash looks cool. Battlegraph's Flourish. Whenever you spend all your combo, gain 5. Your first attack, each battle applies 3 wound. Oof, it's pretty good. Let's get her done. Pretty slow going. We're gonna do a super setup turn. They don't really want to apply wound yet while I'm not attacking. Alright. Alright, I guess we'll get her. That's a lot of wounds. That made the multi-attack from my ally do a lot of damage. I actually think I had a chance to randomly hit the surrendered guy there. So, good RNG. Discard 2 cards, attack a random target. Apply 2 bleed per attack if this card was improvised. Okay, we can get another duster. Now we are strongly incentivized to pick up discard cards. Discard benefit cards. 50 shills or increase max health by 5. Take the money. Got an Admiralty Goon. Let's see, the goons are the guys who give me more money. Alright, we're gonna get so much money. Here, a drink with Zex. And we'll get another piece of the pie. That means currently we're getting 2 pieces of the pie. Yum pie. Okay, we need 5 more defense, ideally. Silly dogs. Combos coming together. Cards that reward me for playing a bunch of cards, and then cards that cost 0. Draw a card to cost 0 until played. My cards already tend to cost 0. Gash. 2 cripple, 2 wound. That's a fairly good card when I want to play a bunch of cards. Alright, boss time. So I'll heal back any damage I take, but I think it's still worth defending. Escalation. When a hostility card is played, increase count by 1 and gain 2 resolve. Adds +1 damage to all intents. Base race him, I guess. Her. Oh, impatience already. Escalation. More escalation. Maybe. Nah, let's not escalate this turn. Attack a random enemy argument, one for each enemy argument. There's 3 arguments. This might do 0 damage to face. Well, I'm playing all 3 of them anyways. Ah! Oh, okay. We doubled our actions by destroying the piggy card. This is a tough negotiation. Unfortunately, at the end, we're at the end of the day, so I don't need the resolve anymore. I get the feeling we're going for DPS race type build, so I don't think I want to do those. We'll just gain shields. Oh, that was the prestige at work there. That's why that fight was harder than expected now that I think about it. All those arguments did so much damage. If the target does bleed, apply a cripple and a wound. So let's get some bleeding. Combo with Gash. And let's see what's in the box. More bleed. Whenever I fully defend, increase the attacker's panic by 2. So that should basically do 4 damage by fully defending. Relieved. Bleed no longer decays. Ooh. I'm gonna murder him. I think bosses tend not to have that many friends. Have mercy. But you've got a Lumen Bioaccelerator. This thing looks awesome. Also, it's a boss. I think they tend not to have friends. How do I never get cards that have combo synergy? Discard synergy. Unlucky. I don't think any of these fit my style, so I'll just gain 10 shills. Dangerous. Hostility cards deal 1 bonus damage. Diplomacy cards deal 1 less damage. Craft reward. Gain 1 action at the start of your turn. All hostility cards deal 50% less damage. So picking that will strongly tilt me towards negotiation. I have an overbear though. Dangerous Bulb. Gain 1 action at the start of your turn. Take 3 damage at the end of every turn. Gain 1 action at the start of your turn. Enemies no longer surrender. Yikes. Alright, let's take 3 damage at the end of every turn for an action. That's pretty good. Wild Urchin for 63 bucks. I'll save the money. Okay, nice first day. And I think that's a good time to put this run on sleep mode. Thanks for watching. Get the game using the link below.